Hey everybody, Jerry Brown here from DePaul Dog Sports. Hey, trying something different for you guys, more for the whole dog training community than anything. This is the first edition of, let's call it a blog. I don't know what else you would call it, podcast, blog. I don't even know what the difference is. Any help you guys want to give on that, be happy to have it. You want to slam me for it? Slam me for it. You want to thumbs up me for it? Thumbs up me for it. If you like what I'm saying, please share it. Please subscribe to the channel because this way we can start a conversation. What I'm hoping to do is to start a conversation about the business of dog training. There's dog trainers out there, of which I call myself one. I'm probably better characterized as an agility handling coach than a dog trainer. But, you know, for ease, I call myself a dog trainer. There's businessmen out there. I listen to them all the time, see what they have to say. You know, to have credentials, probably not in the dog world because, you know, that you go to the websites and you do their program, you get their little certifications. I've had certifications in my past. In fact, I can show you, I actually do have a college degree. How about that? Gerald E. Brown, right there. Yes, translates to Jerry. Okay, that is a degree in accounting. That is a degree in accounting from Sam Houston State University that I earned in December of 1984. Yeah, now you know I'm old, okay? Something else I did in my life. I don't know where the actual paper is, but you can see this is a license from the Texas State Board of Public Accountancy. I can't hardly say it anymore. It means I was a CPA. But look at this. Expired, there's my number. Expired 6/30/2002. It's been a long time since I've done that work. But I have the education in it. I have the background in it. I felt like this is a piece that's missing from all the dog training world. You know, I'm sitting out here, I've been at home for a month, and I'm like, how do I help? What can I do to help? There's already dog trainers out there. They're good at it. There's people doing online stuff right and left, especially since COVID. Some of them are really good. Some of them, but some of them are really good. I don't want to, that's not my bailiwick. I'm not a tech guy. I'm doing this through Zoom, and then I'm going to post it out on YouTube. I don't even know how to edit it. So any help you want to send my way, I'm more than happy to get. So why did I decide to do this? Well, I felt like at some point, we are going to start opening the world back up. And we need to do that in a safe manner. When are we going to do that? That's a good question, you know. And who am I qualified to say? Well, I showed you my diploma. I showed you I was a CPA. To get a CPA, one of the things you have to do is 2 years of public accountancy or 5 years in industry. At least it was that way back when, you know, when I could spout off these rules and actually knew what I was talking about. I did 2 years of public accountancy. I did it like it was a prison sentence. It was tough for me. I do not like taxes. I do like doing accounting pretty well. I love doing spreadsheets. I love analyzing data. That's, to me, that's the most fun in numbers. I left public accountancy and worked my way up from staff accountant, senior accountant, controller. Ended up, I think I was 38 years old when I was promoted to vice president. The year I left, that company did $100 million in business. 45 states, 7 countries. So I spent my time figuring out what business was like. I had a lady one time dear friend that said she had pet stores. And she said, you know, my husband was an accountant. I don't know how people start businesses if they don't have that kind of a background because it sets you up so well. What it sets you up for is the financial side, the financial, you know, knowing how to get financing, knowing how to do things, um, knowing how to analyze a financial statement, knowing whether you're trending correctly or poorly. It'll teach you that kind of stuff, it's not magic. Um, the thing that is kind of magic, it tells you what your requirements are in business, like taxes and stuff like that. So I have that background. What it doesn't teach you is how to make decisions like we're all faced with today. I don't think anybody really knows how to do that. We can look at data and it can help. So let's do a little bit of that. Let me see if I can't share. Told you I like spreadsheets. This is my spreadsheet on the coronavirus. I started this a while back because I kept hearing projections that this virus was so contagious and so angry that we were doubling every 4 days, 3.5, 4 days. At that time, I think we had 200,000 cases at that time. At Easter, with that doubling, we would have been at 1.6 million cases. 4 days after, 3.2 million. Today, 6.4 million cases. This morning, when I put this information into my spreadsheet, I usually just try to get up and put it in at some point earlier in the day rather than later. We had 760,000 cases. As of right now, I think that case number, if I can find my little, this comes from, I don't even remember the name of it now. GIS and data. Is this at some school somewhere? 776,000 cases right now. In Texas, let's finish this up. I like to look at 3-day averages and weekly averages more than anything. I don't have a lot of data from a week ago, really, when you get down to it. Here, we go from the 13th to the 20th. That's over 200,000 in a week. Daily averages, which way is it trending? It's kind of jumped up. I think some of this in here, this 45,000, probably had to do with the time of day that I grabbed the numbers in that particular case. But you can see the numbers were still going up, and now they seem to have peaked and are starting down. We'll see if that trend continues or not. We don't know what it's going to do yet. Hopefully, we're on the right side of the curve now to where we're headed downhill, and we'll be able to reopen our economy before too long. In Texas, excuse me, in Texas in particular, we have a conservative governor and a conservative president. So these guys are pushing to reopen the economy as soon as they can. You can see we're starting towards the right direction. I'm not positive that we're much past the peak, if any at all. The place that seems to be past the peak is more in New York City. That looks like they're pretty steadily starting to head down, but I didn't start tracking them until later. That's the reason the data came in later in the spreadsheet. So we'll see how the trend goes on that. I'm very hopeful that we'll be able to continue this trend and we'll be able to get back to work pretty soon. Another indicator of what the economy doing, of course, is the Dow Jones, right? So just started tracking some dailies on the Dow Jones as well. And what I see is up, down, up, and today down, okay? Right now, if I can get my phone to open for me, it looks like Dow Jones down almost 600 points. So it's not a good day for the Dow Jones. What's that tell us? Go out and start a dog training business? Me think not. What it tells me is there's a lot of volatility in the market. When there's volatility, that means uncertainty. That means, one, it's hard to find lending if you need it. Two, people are holding on to their money. So when you look at dog training, it's not high on the essential need, if you will. That the essentials list is more like food, medication, healthcare, that kind of thing. We're a little further down in dog training, I would have to say. Now, if you ask me what's going to happen, that's going to be a hard thing for me to come up with. In fact, if you ever want me to tell you what's going to happen, then I would suggest the biggest way for you to win is to head out to Las Vegas and bet against me, because I never get that stuff right. I'm just not that good at that stuff. What I can do, though, is I can listen to scientists, I can listen to experts, and I can say, safe to open, need to be careful opening, don't open. And this is not a political statement either, guys. In fact, you'll find me to be middle of the road. I'm not really super conservative. I'm not super liberal. I'm pretty much middle of the road. My biggest thing is I want people to be safe. I want them to be treated equally, and I want to treat them nicely. So that's everything that I try to go for. So those of you who join me on that, let's stay middle of the road, and let's try to be objective and use data, scientific data, and listen to the scientists about whether or not we should open the economy up. When I say the economy, I'm specifically talking about this micro economy of dog training. DePaul Dog Sports, which is my facility, is a 15,000 square foot facility in Leander, Texas. We do puppy classes, agility classes, offer shows, offer the facility out for shows. We do all kinds of things. We're pretty broad range. Not all dog training facilities are quite that broad range. But what's it going to look like now? I have a strange feeling. Like I said, don't take this verbatim, because everything I say doesn't end up coming true. But I'm thinking that we've got a long road back. Okay. I think it's going to come back a little bit slow. Either people are going to be holding on to their money and they don't want to get back into dog sports right away, or they're afraid of the virus. So we have to, can't do a whole lot about my fixed cost. I don't know about you guys, but I can't do much about my fixed cost. My rent is my rent. I have to pay my employees when they do work. Fixed costs are fixed costs. If you don't have rent and you're doing this in your yard, you're a step ahead. I'll give you that. But those of you who have facilities, what's this going to look like for you guys? What's your plans? Let's try to come up with a way. I'd love to open a conversation up where we have best practices for the dog training world. It doesn't just have to be agility either. Nose work, I know a lot of times they crate out of the car. They can't see the trial anyway. So they crate out of the car. Is that what we're going to? Are we going to still be able to crate inside an enclosed facility, but everybody has to wear a mask? Where are we going? I love the idea of hand sanitizer all over the place. Where do you get it? Sanitizing wipes to disinfect. Where do you get them? We're having trouble finding alcohol around here. Still having trouble with Clorox bleach occasionally. We got Susan started jumping up and down the other day because we found a gallon of Clorox. So it's funny what will, nose itches. It's funny what will make you happy on a COVID day. All right. This virus is nasty. It takes a lot of lives. It's easily transmitted. I think we have to pay attention to be safe. What will agility in dog sports look like? Love to hear what you all say about that. I know some of the outside shows, it may look a little bit different. They may be the first ones to come back. I don't know. What do y'all think? I haven't shown outside very much. Being from Texas, we at least showed undercover in rodeo arenas, but it got crowded in there. And, I've been to outside shows. Sure. I mean, I've been doing agility for 25 years. I started my first facility in my backyard in 2002, March 1st, 2002. Easy date to remember. It's kind of ironic that it was actually on the first of the month. But so, what's that? 18 years I've been teaching agility. So, and it's evolved through a couple different um, lives, if you will. So now it's DePaul Dog Sports in this facility that I love in Leander, and I love the people around me. And my people are hurting right now, too, by the way. And I'm doing all I can to get them help. So, what's it going to look like? Don't know. Like to hear from you. So, comments down there. One of the things that'd be really cool to do is to be able to just weekly go through comments and open a discussion. Let's see what this is going to look like. Let's see what this is going to be. You can bash me if you want. I don't care. Probably won't respond to it, but go for it. If you want to be productive and have suggestions, maybe this is the place to do that. What scares you the most about coming back to an agility class? If you're not an instructor, you're a student. What scares you the most about going to a dog training class? What are you not going to worry about very much? I'd like to know that. Okay. I'm looking at a few notes over here that I made. I'm kind of already gone through them because I'm going to be relying on you all to start. I have experience in agility. I have experience in business. Don't look much like a CPA, do I? But that's a past life, and I still carry the knowledge that I gained from those 18 years that I spent behind a computer. My gosh, the first computer I ever did anything on was a compact suitcase. I bet you most of y'all don't even remember those. But with the big floppy disk, yeah, that was me carrying that around to do audits. So some of you do remember that. Man, it was the day, huh? But that public accountancy world was tough for me. I did much better when I got into industry, but there's nothing been better than this dog training business. Could I make more money by being an accountant? Probably so. Probably so. But could I have this? Probably not. I'm going to say no. So I'm looking to spread the word. It's getting close to reopening. Texas seems to be taking the lead. I think they're the first country to announce plans to actually reopen. And I think they're already talking about retail to go and some things like that. I don't know how much reopening that really is. We're supposed to hear more from the governor on the 27th. Again, every time I say governor, I'm thinking, don't get political on me now, because this is not a political referendum. This is not a political place here. This is a place to express opinions about how to be safe. And if you don't think we need to be safe, say so. I don't care. Go ahead, say so. If everybody says that, then maybe I don't need to be so worried about it. But right now, I'm worried about keeping people safe, because when I look in the agility ring, I don't see a whole bunch of 16-year-olds out there. I see a whole bunch of 50 plus out there, including me, kids. So I'm worried about keeping them safe. They go into that high risk, and I start worrying about them. So this blog, or whatever you call these things, podcast, this is about how to keep people safe. This is about how do we reopen our dog training facilities in a way that people are comfortable to come to and be safe enough that we can give reasonable assurances that we're not going to get people sick. If you want to talk about this, then hit that subscribe button, hit that share button, because I don't know everybody's email address. I can't get to everybody out there. So hit those buttons, and let's see if we can get this thing going and start talking about how to get our businesses and our industry restarted. I think it's important to us. You guys stay safe. I'm going to get out of here for now. We'll see how we do this week. Look forward to seeing you guys next week. If we can get some questions, get some conversation going, let's take a look, see what's going to happen. All right, you guys stay safe and wash your hands. All right, talk at you soon. Take care. Yes, I'm trying to find the stop recording button. I don't know if